Ha! Khmer vs Magyars. Right, so here we're diving right into it. This is game 4, Empire Wars Arabia. So you start with 27 or 28 pop, I don't remember, 27 villagers maybe. 5 farms, villagers on berries, gold, stone, everything. Then you just readjust. Not really in time for walling, because the players will be going into army right away. Note that Airtel is going straight for the mobility approach here. He's dropping a stable, using Magyar's free forging to his full advantage here. He's going to look for some early villager snipes here. And Erikur, of course, responds with stable. His scouts, however, will be weaker until he himself can get forging in, because that's instant for Magyars. So yeah, straightforward for Airfall, scouting the opponent, making sure he could maybe try and deny some walls or something. Looking for an easy pick-off, not gonna get it obviously, but knows the location, knows the woodline, has a little bit of grasp of the map already. Let's look at Erikur's scouting as well. This is a fight Airfall wins because he has forging, Erikur does not. There we go. Marginal, but still Airtel's win. Some houses up here in strategic spots to limit enemy aggression. They'll both be going for the mobility approach. Khmer should have an easier time going up because they don't need buildings to click to the next stage, but at the same time, Erikur is neglecting to queue villagers. This could be off-putting this Empire Wars start because you dive right into the action and you have to make army, you have to try maybe and wall off a little bit. But Khmer's advantage, you could hide inside houses. So if you get raided by scouts like here, you'd still have the option of diving into houses. But this, of course, as AR12 recognizes, is a weak spot. We'll force some quick walls of Erikur here, and in return some idle time. Let's see if there are any more quick walls at work here. Not really. Spearman at ready, but it's still forging Spearman versus non-forging Spearman. AR12 wins. So civilizations like Magyars with early feudal or Castle Age power spikes with instant upgrades, they certainly are of merit in Empire Wars, but then you'd have Vikings as well that get wheelbarrow straight away. That would work to your advantage. Erikur moves forward with villagers. I don't know if he meant to chase. No, not really. I was wondering if he was going to drop a tower or something, but he was just chasing to get maximum damage on the incoming scouts here. KD somewhat even, but again, being Khmer here, if you want to go for the scouts and mainly the scouts, I'd say just hop into forging ASAP. And yeah, classic Empire Wars mistake here. Erikur might not be too used to playing Empire Wars because you start with a blacksmith, you don't need to build one. So AFL, he's been playing more Empire Wars. He's been playing it in quick play a little bit, and maybe in casual games as well. So he's more versed. He loves the game format, so actually I favor AR12 for this one as well. Army numbers in the lead for Erikur. That's also a way to compensate here to get more numbers, but this one is really, really weak. Might go down with just one hit here. $40 villagers for both players, so somewhat consistent production. Finally, Erikur is getting forging here. You may have forgotten that Magyar's bonus for a moment or had other things to attend to. Stable market going up, but there's a gap in between here, I think, so that could be a little bit unfortunate as well. Wheelbarrow on the way for AR12, so that might be why the villager counts are kind of evening out as well. So AR12 is still effectively in the lead, extending the economy here. His scouts are cheaper as well, if I remember correctly. Scout light cav hussars are cheaper for Magyars, and this food eco could sustain Knight's line production for a long while. So definitely going for the mobility here. Not going for the archers at all, extending the walls towards the side. There's just a small gap left here to be walled. It doesn't really have it scouted though. And here comes another barracks to facilitate spearman production or other infantry as needed here. He might need a counter to enemy spears as well, then he could go for his own men-at-arms or swordsman line units, which will also get the attack upgrades instantly as you progress through the ages. Cast Age on the way for Air 12. Erikur actually pretty far off for now. But he is Khmer, so his farms are dropping off food instantly, and now he's on the forward with a lot of army here. We'll focus on the spear, no problem. Loses one scout, but that was a weak one, so that's just fine. Quick wall skills nicely at work for AR12 here, and even locks in a spear in the mix there. So again, they're real tough to target, these spears. So, but some damage output and some idle time cost definitely from Erikur AR12. Idles for AR12, villager numbers somewhat similar, but with the double range, no, double blacksmith, oh come on, double barracks, spearman production. AR12 is still defending nicely here, but the scout numbers of Erikur are also threatening here. He keeps a steady flow of units going forward, and AR12 is now behind the military, has spears though, should fend off enemy scouts easily. May not have recognized that Erikur actually went for the defense as well. So now effectively Erikur's scouts are stronger than AR12's. However, AR12 with a massive lead to the cast stage is going to get to those knights very soon. Only one stable for now though. Backing off towards the hill here, debating the spearman away. Lots of spears from AR12 here, playing it very defensively now, but he also has the technology advantage. Might be sending some knights out, might even consider sending them forward, because they now have +2. And Erikur scouts, there's not much they can do, but if they can delay AR12's forward, it's still going to be of great value for Erikur to stay forward here, even if it means sacrificing the light cav to, or scout cav to enemy lines. Not really any more houses or walls going up here. Second stable for Erikur. AR12 for the time being only with one actually. So once Castle kicks in, maybe Erikur is able to match the numbers and contest AR12. The pikemen in those AR12 maybe suspecting a mounted units forward continuation from Erikur as well. We have double sable knights production working. First or second defense in right away, and now playing a little bit of eco. I'm excited to see what that militia can do. Which one? Ah, we have an angry housewife at work at home here. Potentially a misclick. As AR12 denies a TC of Erikur here. So Erikur wants to secure some more economy, secure some golds here, but now struggles to get a TC up. Send some of his knights to deal it though, has the +1 and +2, oh, now only missing +2 attack to match AR12's Magyar's knights here. I think Bloodlines is in it as well, and AR12 doesn't have Bloodlines yet. Ay ay ay. Oof. Oh, that could be a very, very bad thing to lack against the Khmer Knights now. With the +2 defense, which AR12 doesn't have, he only has +1, he has 1 extra attack. So, in terms of trades here, if AR12 had Bloodlines, he would be decent in equal numbers. But right now, he's with 20 less HP on each and every knight. So, Erikur should most definitely win fights here. He needs something against enemy spears, though. He should consider maybe adding a range for skirmishers, which would be the best choice for the time being. But army numbers lead for AR12 still, but that's mainly pikes at this rate. And missing bloodlines, which is huge. It's just huge for AR12. Now, falling slightly behind the villagers, going with a 1 or 2 TC blades here, and he's dropped another one as well. But Erikur is with 3, and if he can keep those pumping villagers while he keeps his military numbers at a consistent level as well, it's looking good for the Khmer player here. And hello, Palm, with the angry housewives stopping by. They are just spamming pikes now. Well, I mean, it's good for the long run. It's good for the long run because you don't spend gold. Just look at this golden. Yeah, you're probably right, Myself. If AR12 doesn't want to play the mobility of the knights, then he doesn't need bloodlines in this matchup, and that's so he's just made the complete transition into pikes. But you're sacrificing your mobility, and that's what worries me here. Even though they're not that far off each other, and I don't know, maybe just conserving the gold. There we go. There's bloodlines. Find on the way. Good thing Eros is at least walled. He is actually, yep. This is the only entry for Erikur. Few Scorpions can take everything Air has. That's probably why he's camping this hill here, so that Erikur can't easily just drop a forward siege workshop here and charge. Alright, that is a threatening amount of knights. It's a total of 14 knights here now. Obviously you need an answer to the pikes, but here come the ranges. So we're gonna have skirmishes from Erikur to deal with the enemy pikes, and that leaves AR12 in a bit of a pickle now. Lacking the knights numbers, in my opinion. It's mainly with the pikemen here, and the military numbers are dead even, so all in all Erikur is with the stronger army here. It's missing defense for the skirms, missing elite skirm, missing Bodkin arrow as well, but looking at the eco setups, they're both consistently spending aside from AR12's gold, so AR12 might be seeing an earlier Imperial Age here if that's the plan. He's really not using his gold. Here comes some raids though, and that's the thing with playing mobility. When you stay with only pikes, you're sort of playing it defensive. You can't go forward and raid as easily as Erikur is doing now. He's going to diminish the wilder numbers a little bit of AR12 here. Not overcommitting. It's with 7 knights, and he keeps quite a few at home as well to deal with whatever AR12 sends his way. Elite skirm on the way, so finally we'll have an answer to the enemy pikemen here. And Erikur actually backs off there, could have charged. And yeah, he's gonna run into them now. Erikur will take some hits, probably lose a few tries for a trap here, Airtroll, I think. Oh, nice blocking and pathing there. Will get all these, most of these knights now with the pikes due to the blocking the pathing. But overall military numbers 33 to 16 for Erikur now. And now with skirms in the mix to deal with enemy pikes as well. The hill is freed up as well, so Erikur could do something here. Maybe go for stone, go for something. The most significant point being the military numbers though. Probably more knights for Erikur, let's see. Cavalry 21 versus AR12's 5. So lots more knights, and then skirmisher numbers to deal with the pikes as well. I thought knights have honor, but they kill poor villagers. Age of Empires is not an honorable game, Myself. We fight to the death and conquer the enemy empire. I'd say Erikur's 3TC play pays off here. He secures some economy, getting university for upgrades for the skirms as well now. AR12 also with 3 TCs here. He probably still has good amounts of gold in the bank. But as said earlier, he is falling behind the military numbers. 26 to 10 now. And KD 66 to 45 for Erikur, so good display by Erikur so far in this Empire Wars. Looked a bit sketchy in the start, missing crucial upgrades for the scouts against AR12's free forging scouts, but definitely evening things out now and taking a lead here. Ballistics on the way for the skirms, upgrades, yeah, builder numbers evening out, but still a slight lead for Erikur with 7 builders here, and the fight will go down at the hill. Definitely a better fight for Erikur again with the superior numbers here. Monk in the mix for AR12 could be looking at an easy conversion there, but Erikur backs off in time and will do his best to charge here. 30 to 12 military now. And still a 6 villagers lead for for Erikur. Now, at this rate, with these few pikes in the mix, just go for it and fight. Still no +2 attack for Erikur though, so now again, in this matchup here, it's AR12 missing the last armor, Erikur missing the last attack. I think that evens out sort of to equal fighting, but then it's Erikur with more numbers here that brings the fights into his favor. Erikur with 1 relic, AR12 pulling in 1 as well, so no significant relic advantage for either player here. AR12 taps out and calls the GG, simply falling too much behind in numbers, can't extend the or build the eco enough, and is floating lots of wood here, even having spent quite a bit into farms. GG, well played to Erikur for this one, goes to 2-2. Yeah, overall better eco for Erikur. He was quicker to that triple TC, which both secures eco and keeps your villagers pumping, so you could have more resources harvested. Shows clearly here, Khmer with the farms. If it goes to the late game with Khmer, you had so easy means to spam hussars and a light cab or whatever you need. So late game Khmer would be dealing a nice game, nice one against Magyars, I think. 93-70. And let's see. Yeah, that's the time. Now look at the numbers here. Pretty equal. AR12 with a huge military numbers lead here, but this was mainly pikes, as far as I remember. Maybe a few knights, and also missing bloodlines, which was something he would have needed a lot earlier, in my opinion, if he wanted to play the mobility.